Troy, New Hampshire, Trevor Blow.
Valley Collision and Customs number 75 is up next from Moose Tip, Connecticut for Chris Pastriak.
Then it will be car number 34 from Portland. In the Warner Turf Equipment car, here is Dave Etheridge.
Then we go to the Nocella Paving number 92 from Berlin, Connecticut. It is Anthony Nocella.
Matty Ice aboard car number 3, a driver from Moodus. In the AAA Consulting car, here is Matt Galco.
Then we go to the Steven Sontag Mow Moving Company machine for Tom Abley Jr.
Car number 31 will be next, a driver from Canton. In the Mid-State Site Development machine, here is Noah Corner.
And Earl Paulus will be starting scratch in the event, picking up at the rear of the field. Our honorary starter, trackside.
And that is Jenna DeFilippo. She has the green flag. We have a full field of 26, and we are ready to turn them loose. Here is a Hall of Fame voice of Stafford, Ben Dodge.
Down to the bottom of turn number 1. It is a dogfight battle at the front of the pack. Car number 1, Patrick Emmerling. Here comes Chase Dowling. Bonsai move to the inside. The S&S paving machine. Dowling puts the pedal down off turn number 4. Chase Dowling moves to the front of the class.
And he is no stranger to leading open races. Everybody making it through turns 1 and 2. Settling in second is Patrick Emmerling, but he has a problem because right behind him is Mike Christopher.
And Michael Christopher wasting no time at all. Keep your eyes also working his magic to the inside. Christopher puts the pedal to the metal. Down underneath Patrick Emmerling. Bottom of the top 10. Things are starting to get heated up there as well. Back off turn number 4. Todd Owen gets shuffled back a spot. Keith Rocco is coming forward with car number 57.
Joey Cipriano getting a challenge from Craig Lutz. And here is Williams as he is able to trampoline his way underneath Cipriano to move into 4th.
No question about it. Ronnie Williams just clicked off the quickest lap of the race so far. As Williams now moves into the 4th spot. Dowling will make his dirt debut tomorrow. Got rained out a week ago at Lebanon Valley Speedway in the S&S Paving Dirt Modified.
Ryan Priest starting to lean on Rocco in car number 6, and the car underneath him is Lutz. And now he is attacking the 57 of Rocco.
A car that is moving forward rather impressively is the Ryan Priest machine.
And Steve Kopchak caught our eye in the 79. Priest trying to fireball his way underneath Rocco. Here he comes. And Ryan Priest, we've seen this a few times at Stafford, as he invades the top 6.
So Priest coming to the front of the field with the skill of a surgeon.
Boy, look at Kopchak right behind him. He has become an early factor. Then we have Owen and Craig Lutz in the Keith Rocco owned car. He has gone backwards since the start of the race.
There's no question about it. Meanwhile, Owen moves back up a spot into the 9th position. Lutz drops back to 10. Woody Pitcap is just out of the top 10. And he is there with Cam McDermott and Burt Myers, followed by Marcello Rafano.
And Craig Lutz started this race in 5th, has dropped to 10th. Kopchak trying to make a move. Here comes Priest as he has gotten underneath Joey Cipriano, and he is able to M16 his way underneath the 25, and Ryan Priest is in the top 5.
There's no question about it. 10 laps are now complete in this 81-lap event. The call before you dig, modified 81. Here comes Williams. Bold move. Williams dips down to the inside of the number 1 of Patrick Emmerling.
While that was happening, Keith Rocco getting underneath Cipriano. Rocco is now in the top 6.
Here comes Stephen Kopchak to make a bid down underneath the number 25 car of Joey Cipriano.
Emmerling getting a visit from Priest. This is a fight for 4th.
While that's happening, a little further back in the field, the bottom of the top 10 is starting to shuffle a bit. But the leader still remains. The Wicked Motorsports, Power Sports, S&S Paving, TAS Country Homes, number 9, Connecticut for Chase Dowling.
Remember on the opening open race last year, Chase Dowling led for more than 70 laps, but Marcello Refrano got the victory. But Dowling, the drum major of the parade, Mike Christopher having a very good run, but he is 2 seconds behind the leader. And approaching him is Ronnie Williams. Now putting the pressure on Emmerling was Priest. Woody Pitkat, he is trying to put the pressure on Todd Owen.
Todd Owen. Now Woody Pitkat moves into that 9th position. Owen drops back to the 10th spot. Here comes Cam McDermott. Now looking to break into the top 10. Bottom shot down underneath Todd Owen. And now McDermott's into the top 10, bumping Owen for the first time back to 11th with Burt Myers and Eric Goodale, who's moving forward.
And Craig Lutz has had a rough start to this race. He gives up a spot to Refrano. And then up at the front, the battle continues between Priest and Emmerling. Priest has momentum underneath the 1 car.
Priest dips to the inside. Patrick Emmerling tries to hold on, but to no avail. Ryan Priest moves into position number 4.
So 18 laps have been completed, and Priest has moved up into the top 4. The next on his hit list will be Ronnie Williams, and now Williams is caught up with Mike Christopher, and that is going to be a dogfight for second.
And it sure is. But look at that side-by-side battle between Woody Pitkat, Steven Kopsick, and now Cam McDermott. And that is for the 8th, 9th, and 10th position.
Burt Myers going to work against Owen. And the man from North Carolina is ready to pick up a position. He's trying to get into the top 10.
Todd Owen tries to run with those dogs. As now things are starting to get settled in.
Boy, Eric Goodale was 13th. Many people thought he was one of the favorites of this race, and he is working up into the field, getting by Owen. And it is Refrano getting by Owen as he's able to swashbuckle his way underneath the 81 car. Chris Pastriak in the blue number 75. Chase Dowling got the lead early, leads Mike Christopher by 1.1 seconds.
But that margin is starting to go away, Matt.
It was 2 seconds a moment ago.
And now it is dipped down as now Michael Christopher, Ronnie Williams are coming, and so isn't Ryan Priest.
And Ronnie Williams looking for an opening underneath Mike Christopher as 2 SK modified weekly competitors are on the big stage here in the Call Before You Dig Open. And it looks like Ronnie Williams might be biding his time, Ben, waiting for the right moment to try to make a move against Christopher.
Patrick Emmerling and Keith Rocco.
Now Goodale trying to get underneath Kopchik. That is a battle for 11th. And Goodale is able to get the job done by about a toothpick over Kopchik. And Refrano moving up quickly.
Leader comes up on lap traffic. It is the number 8 of Earl Paulus is about to be the first car to go down the lap.
Remember when Refrano won on last season, we hardly mentioned his name till about there were 20 laps in the race. So right now, being in the 12th position, that's pretty good. Cipriano trying to work against the 57 of Rocco. That is a fight for 6.
27 now complete. And car number 9, Chase Dowling, laps the Tom Abele, number 9, Massachusetts.
And the action intensifies between Rocco and Cipriano. And Rocco in the call before you dig, number 57. And Cipriano is staring at that call before you dig sign as he follows the 57 into turn 1.
Caution flag comes out. We got a spin on the backstretch.
And it's Craig Lutz.
So Lutz was struggling just a bit. Now let's see what's going to happen with the pit road situation.
Now remember, drivers can change 2 tires.
That is correct.
During the course of the race, we have 51 to go. And strategy might dictate it's a little too early to change tires, but if a driver is struggling, those are the guys that usually decide to short pit.
And pits are now open. There's the green light. Let's see if anybody's going to come in or not. Dowling stays out. Michael Christopher stays out. Williams stays out. Here comes Lutz with the number 47 down on pit road. Let's go down to our pit road reporters.
Yeah, Craig Lutz brings the 46 machine, Riverhead Building Supply, modified into the pit area after the spin down the backstretch. He's heading down to the other side of the pit area here. We also have several other cars coming in, including Todd Owen and that number 79 machine. Several other cars. And Kyle, what you got going on down that way?
Yeah, I'm in Todd Owen's pit waiting for him to pull in that number 81, and he does. He was all sorts of loose watching him in turn number 1, having a tough time keeping that car on the bottom lane. They are going to the left side of the car. They are not taking new tires, but looks like going to make a spring adjustment on the number 81 on the left side. Same thing on the right side. In fact, working on both of the rear corners of Todd Owen's car. Again, these caution laps don't count, so they're going to have some time here to make the changes that they need. But no fresh tires for Todd Owen, just some adjustments, both the left and right rear corner of that car. John Gates, anybody else on pit lane in front of you down at the turn 4 end?
Yeah, Kyle, he got the 92. He's heading back out towards your area there. That is the Nacella number 92. Also, Mike Willis in the pit area. He's got some rear end damage on that car. They pulled out some little bit of sheet metal, but the Willis Auto Repair number 83 on pit road, having himself a good run, but unfortunately he's got a little bit of a mechanical issue. Also, Earl Pauls comes in with the 8. And our Consi winner, the number 34 machine, Dave Etheridge, they got the rear jacked up on that car, just actually checking tire pressures and springs in that machine.
So a lot of work continues to go on pit road, Matt, and this is going to change the entire complexion of this event, with now the field being told to cross over. And we will see what the strategy is going to be here.
But the top 13 stay on the track. Dowling, Christopher, Williams, Priest, Emmerling, Rocco, Cipriano, Pitcat, McDermott, Myers. They decided to stay on the track along with Goodale, Refrano, and Pasriak. So the top 13 guys have old tires, and they'll be maybe run down by people in a little deeper that have made adjustments on their cars. And we'll see if it does change the complexion.
Well, here they come, rumbling off turn number 4. What's it going to be as they fire them back up? He once had a commanding lead, but now, all of a sudden, there's a side-by-side bid for the runner-up spot between Ronnie Williams and Michael Christopher, and here comes Ryan Priest. Priest is on the bottom. As now, Michael Christopher does the crossover deal there, and Priest gets shuffled back to the 4th position. Who's coming up in position number 5? No surprises here. Keith Rocco.
And it's Mike Christopher who makes a bold move to the inside. And he is in 2nd. Ronnie Williams drops back to 3rd, but he is still in the area. Then it's Priest, followed by Rocco. But opening up a pretty big lead is Chase Dowling. Let's see what the difference is as he crosses the line against Mike Christopher. And that gap over 3 cars is 0.8 of a second.
Good battle for that second spot. Michael Christopher pulls back in the second. Once he gets there in clean air, he pulls away by a car length and a half. Ryan Preece now closes up the gap in the call before you dig number 6 car, as Ronnie Williams settles back into 4th, but it'll be short-lived. Here comes Keith Rocco in 5th, Patrick Emmerling in 6th, Joey Cipriano in 7th, and Cam McDermott in 8th over Woody Pitkat and Rafano. Car number 9, mechanical problem. Shuts down off turn number 4, the leader of the event. 34 laps in. Dowling's bad luck continues here at Stafford.
Well, Mike Christopher Jr. takes over the lead with Preece in 2nd and Ronnie Williams in 3rd, and Keith Rocco, he's been 4th for a while. So a new face in the lead belonging to Mike Christopher in that number 7 Tommy Baldwin car.
There's no question about it as they come rumbling back off turn number 4. Preece has narrowed it all up. Ronnie Williams still setting in the 3rd spot. And now Joey Cipriano has moved in to take over the 5th position as 37 now clicks off of the board soon. Just shy of the halfway marker, and the leader of the pack still remains Michael Christopher in Tommy Baldwin's race car.
Burt Myers trying to kick up his heels and get by Woody Pitkat. He does, and Myers is 9th. And Chase Dowling, after a few laps of brilliance, is in spectator country.
Mechanical woes tell the story. We'll see if we can get a report on our pit infield reporters on that.
Emmerling is getting a battle from Cam McDermott. That is for 6.
And McDermott has been very patient. Marcello Rafano also coming to the front, setting in that 8th position with Burt Myers. And now Chris Pastriak, just a few laps ago, was in 15th, and now has come all the way up to the 10th spot.
Trevor Blow having a good run in car number 4. A little bit of a wiggle that time from Matt Galco, but he was able to stabilize that car. And now here
halfway down and halfway to go, Matt.
So remember, this is the call before you dig, 81, and things are getting heated at the front of the field. Michael Christopher leading Ryan Preece by 0.3 of a second. Trying to make a move now, Todd Owen, as he buries that car underneath Dana DiMatteo.
Todd Owen and DiMatteo, good little battle going on there. Meanwhile, here comes the 31 machine of Noah Corner, trying to make his presence known to the inside of Woody Pitkat. Pitkat got off to a terrible start today. They couldn't get the engine fired.
McDermott making a move.
What a good move.
Cam
McDermott moves into the 6th spot, bumping Patrick Emmerling back to 7th.
You know, the last time T.J. Blow came to Stafford, he did not qualify for the open race. He's running 11th. Ryan Preece in the neighborhood in car number 6 as he continues to hunt down Mike Christopher Jr. Remember, the first time that Baldwin and Christopher ever hooked up, it was at Thompson.
That's correct.
And Mike Christopher Jr. won a very dramatic race.
Meanwhile, Kopsick now threading the needle through traffic. And there right with him is Todd Owen.
Now, Eric Goodale, he is currently running in the top 15. When he's had his good runs at Stafford, he's usually a non-factor for the first half of the race, and he comes on strongly in the second half. Power move by Rafano against Emmerling, and it looks like it's going to stick.
And Rafano moves into the 7th spot with that move, bumping Patrick Emmerling back to the 8th position. Burt Myers is coming forward in 9th with Chris Pastriak.
Burt Myers has never had a top 10 at Stafford. He's currently running 9th, and he's holding off Chris Pastriak.
Caution flag It's the 58, the Eric Goodale car that goes around underneath the Napa Auto Care Center billboard.
Well, so much for that strategy as he gets into trouble as that car belches on lap number 47 with 33 laps to go.
And the pit road, you can see the red flashlight.
Boy, what a fast-paced race.
Turn 3. Yes, it has been. Let's go back down to pit road, guys. Got any information for us?
Yeah, they're still kind of puzzled. Something with the shifter on the Chase Dowling car. They thought initially it might have been electrical. He literally stopped the car in his pit box, and everybody kind of put their hands up. Chase pretty hot right now under the collar. Was on the backstretch a moment ago, so not going to hear from Chase right now. But a tough break. Leading this race, the bad luck for Chase Dowling here at Stafford continues. Let's see if we see anybody on pit road here at the front of the field.
Here they come.
Here they come.
Here they come.
The entire field is headed your way, it appears to be. And this is exactly what Matt Buckler had said. Let's go down to pit road and let these guys call it.
Oh, yeah, you got Ryan Priest coming in. You've got the entire field, the entire front of this field coming in. Tire strategies are now the deal here on pit road. Everybody's going to go for probably 2 tires. We've had a little bit of contact here with TJ Blue, the number 4 car. He had contact with what looked like the number 58, Eric Goodale, trying to get into his pit stall. So very tough conditions here, Kyle.
Yeah, the Napa Spring Sizzler winner, Patrick Emmerling, on pit road. Car number 1 is the very first pit stall. He is taking a new tire on the right front corner of car number 1. They're going to make some adjustments in the right rear. Let's see who wins the race off pit road. 4 car off first. Here comes Ryan Priest, very close, just inches out Ronnie Williams. Very tight exit to the pit lane here going into turn number 1. Everybody else will follow suit. Mike Christopher Jr. is going to lose a couple of spots. Matt Galco is going to gain a couple of spots in car number 3. The 1 car also off the pit lane for Emmerling and Goodale. Everybody making their stops.
They sure are, and 47 laps up on the board.
Boy, that was a pretty good close call for Priest as he tried to get out. TJ Blow is back on pit road, and they are making a tire change on that car.
And it appears, we'll look at the scoreboard, and it'll set the stage on this one, Matt.
And it is Noah Corner, who is the leader. Anthony Nasello in second.
Yep.
And the 8, I believe that is
Paulus.
Earl Paulus,
Yep.
who will be in third.
And then the 4th position goes to the number 25 of Joey Cipriano. 5th position, Ryan Priest. 6th position is Ronnie Williams. 7th position, Michael Christopher. 8th position unofficially, Matty Galco. 9th position, the black number 1 of Emmerling. And in the 10th position, not sure until they get around turn number 4 here. And Paulus's car is dropping back. Well, it is Eric Goodale's car that moves into the top 10.
And Goodale was the car that brought out the caution. So he is, well, where he usually is. Etheridge making his way back out along with Mike Willis. You know, Ryan Priest, very interesting. His address is North Carolina. His car owner lives in New York, and Ryan Priest's family lives in Berlin, Connecticut. So I think Ryan Priest, it belongs to the entire Northeast.
All over the map.
All over the map.
47 of 81 in this call before you dig event. Seen a lot of twists and turns in this one. Chase Dowling had a car that was strong. Mechanical woes took him out while leading the event. And now the story is going to be pit strategy. Who did what? Who made the right adjustment? Who's got enough of those feel goods, those sticky tires left to get back to the front and beyond?
The spotlight on Noah Corner in car number 31, Anthony Nacella next door.
Here they
and
go.
as they rifle their way into turn number 1, it is a close battle between the 31 and the 92. And here is Priest moving into the top 3.
Noah Corner moves to the front of the class. It's short-lived. Anthony Nacella moves to the outside. Corner leans out wide.
Well, Corner knows there's a nuclear weapon behind him. Ryan Preece. Nacella challenging for the lead against the 31 at Corner, and here comes Preece underneath the 92.
A trouble now in turn number 2. It looks like the 58 of Goodale. And we go to yellow. Goodale's number 58 had a problem, and Tom Aberley's number 9 stopped underneath the Broadbrook Brewing Company.
Well, that's
billboard.
a pretty good place to stop, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Matt.
So he is stranded on the back stretch. At Noah Corner and Anthony Nacella, the battle didn't last for very long, but it was a great one between the two drivers. And trying to be the wild card in the equation was Ryan Preece, thundering his way underneath Nacella when the yellow flag came out.
So down the back straightaway, just to the right of the scoreboard here at Stafford.
We're trying to see what happened to Goodale.
His car all of a sudden just faltered. And then you can see him working it from side to side, almost as if something in the front suspension might have let go.
Let's go on pit road and find out what's going on.
Eric Goodale brings the GAF Riverhead Builders Camaro into the pits. They jacked the rear end of it. The crew was just giving each other high fives when they got him out in the top 10 after that last pit stop. But unfortunately, now he's going to have to go back to the back of the pack. So tough deal here for Eric Goodale.
Heartbreaker there. Been the story pretty much for a lot of the front-running teams here today.
Boy, that 58 car was like a hula dancer as it was traveling all over the track. And now we are ready. Anthony Nacella is our leader as he took the lead during that brief green flag exchange against Noah Corner. And Ryan Preece on the inside of the second row, and sometimes that can be a very fortuitous place to be as he works against Joey Cipriano.
Let's see what's going to happen as they rumble off turn number 4. Green flag is out. Anthony Nacella came up through consolation qualifying.
And here's
Noah Corner,
Preece.
what a good run for him. And there is Joey Cipriano running back to the outside of Ryan Preece, almost 3 wide. They come off the turn.
Mike Christopher Jr. He is able to invade the top 3, getting underneath Corner.
And we've got a brand new leader. It's Michael Christopher Jr.
Well, he went from 3rd to 1st in a heartbeat.
Preece is running in his tire tracks. Then it's a side-by-side battle all the way back to the bottom of the top 15. Almost 3 wide again. Noah Corner becomes the meat in the sandwich there.
Well, Emmerling without a line, tried to do something inside, but the car
Ronnie
didn't
Williams
stick.
now comes to life in the top 5 with car number 50.
Now the car sticks for Emmerling as he tries to get underneath Noah Corner. And he does, and Pastriak is right behind him.
Pastriak moves into the top 10 solidly down the backstretch.
But a car is on the grass, and it's Burt Myers in John Deere country.
Myers will tell you that he's had some moments of brilliance here at Stafford. But he said Southern Racing and Northern Racing are 2 different combinations. And he said, I'm having a hard time finding success here. So 51 laps are complete, and there is the green light, an indication that pit road is open. Let's go back down to pit road and see if the guys have more or if anybody's coming in.
Yeah, we may see some of those guys that were toward the front on the last restart that are on a different strategy come in. The move by both Ryan Preece and Mike Christopher Jr. spectacular down here in turn 1 a couple of laps ago as they went to the 1st and 2nd spot. But right now, for the most part, things are quiet down here, the turn 1 end of pit road. John Gates, you may have at least 1 car at your end over off of turn 4.
Yeah, the boys here at Riverhead Building, GAF number 58, Eric Goodale coming in. Also the number 76 of Corey DiMatteo, the Island Cove yacht sales machine. DiMatteo getting right sides on that number 76 machine. We're waiting to see also the 34, Dave Etheridge. They're looking at the right side of that car. That car jacked up. But Goodale supposedly coming in. At least that's what the crew says.
Dana DiMatteo had a lot of optimism at the start of the night. And we'll see what he can do during the final final 30 laps.
Yes.
As this is a call before you dig 81. So this is going to be down to the wire, and a lot of the cars you see on pit road could be a factor before this one is over. Right now, the biggest factor is Mike Christopher Jr., as he was able to go from third to first. Upward mobility to take the lead. Goodale in car number 58 is back on pit road. So we'll see what's going on down there as Mike Christopher Jr. is going to duke it out with Ryan Preece, and this restart is going to be a blockbuster.
Well, we can see a lot of action down the pit road as well, and that is the DiMatteo car. They're clearing the front screen on the front of that race car. Field is being told to cross over. 51 laps are complete. 30 laps to go, and now Goodale is heading back out in the GAF machine.
You know, Dana DiMatteo, we saw him grow up in a Legends car. He had a lot of success.
Yes, he did.
And he told me, you know, you talk about growing up, he has his own place now in New Britain. So he has moved from Farmington. So Dana DiMatteo on his own, working for his dad's construction company. And we'll see if he can reconstruct that car during the final 30 laps.
Well, this is what you've come to see. It is a short track shootout for the final 30. Michael Christopher, who's been sizzling hot at late. Ryan Preece in a side-by-side bid up front. And Christopher just pulls away. And look at Joey Cipriano.
Yeah, Nacella tried to stay with the top three, but he is having a difficult time doing that.
And
as
all
it is
of a sudden,
Cipriano in
Patrick
third.
Emerling, Matt, has come back to life. He goes around Anthony Nacella. And now Patrick Emerling has found a home in the top four as well.
And a lot of side-by-side action deeper in the field. Matt Galco in car number 3 next door to Pastriak. So Matt Galco, this is the way he has done it in open races. Quiet in the beginning and making a lot of noise at the end.
Pastriak is doing a good job. McDermott is following his buddy to the front of the class. Matty Galco, who got off to a tough start in qualifying, has recovered nicely. And Matty Galco is working his way into the top 10.
And trying to make a move is Woody Pitcat. He was in 10th, and he makes a move underneath Galco. So Woody Pitcat picks up a position.
Marcello Rufano also starting to come on strong. His car does a little stutter step.
Well, DiMatteo is in danger of going a lap down because the 76 is being hounded and surrounded by the combination of Mike Christopher Jr. and Ryan Preece.
There's no question about it as you look back at the bottom of the top 7. Chris Pastriak trying to hold off McDermott. Woody Pitcat is there. And then Patrick Emerling. 57 now up on the board. Lap traffic is the Corey DiMatteo machine. Joey Cipriano coming up on him.
Well, Dana went up high to let Christopher and Preece go by, and then he went down low and let Cipriano and the rest of the competitors go by. So that is a sick race car for Dana DiMatteo, brand new, and obviously he's still getting the bugs out of it.
Meanwhile,
Preece has caught up with Christopher.
Yes, he has. The margin is 3/10. But it appears that Preece, just as he gets close enough, Michael Christopher steps on the gas and runs away.
You know, Christopher might be saving something for the stretch run, but I doubt it. I think both those two guys, Christopher and Preece, are racing as hard as they can.
No question about that. Meanwhile, Ronnie Williams is closing in on Patrick Emmerling in that #1 car.
Remember, Anthony Nacella needed a consolation to get into the race. He's running 6th, Patrick 7th. But the plot thickens between Mike Christopher Jr. and Ryan Preece running 1-2. Here's McDermott
Now
trying
making
to
a bit.
scorch underneath Patrick.
Yep, and he almost had it. Can reel him in, and now there's Ronnie Williams running in the tire tracks of Patrick Emmerling.
And we'll see if Emmerling gives him any room down low. Williams desperately trying to search for it, and a pretty good job of protecting the bottom groove by Emmerling.
Good battle shaping up now, diving out of line.
That is Keith Rocco. We haven't talked about him for a while.
And he's back challenging for the 9th and 10th position. That's a good battle there.
He got by Pitcat. Look at Goodale coming back. You can't keep these Long Island drivers down, can you?
You're right. You're right.
As he is fighting something in the water. Getting by Pitcat.
Good action all the way back.
And it looks
there we
like
can
Todd
see-
Owen getting underneath Goodale. That
And
was for
meanwhile-
11th place.
While Owen makes that move, you've got right behind him another bid, and it is Marcello Rafano that just went around Woody Pitcat and picked up a spot, and that's in the 12th position. 66 of 81 is the call before you dig. Tour type open modified events.
Emmerling is able to pull away from Ronnie Williams. Here's Nacella. He is not giving up. There is no white flag in his glove compartment as he is looking to twist his way underneath Ronnie Williams to move into the top 5.
Good battle there, but it still remains this dogfight battle going on between Pastriak now and moving right there to contend on the inside, Matt. That's the hot spot of the racetrack.
Yeah, Eric Goodale is making a move, and Eric Goodale has picked up a spot. He is now in 8th place. You know, Anthony Nacella, things have not gone his way tonight. He's had a lot of misfortune, but with 12 laps to go,
He's a
he
factor.
is 6 and is battling Williams for another position. I think
battle.
he's had one of the most impressive runs of the night.
You are absolutely correct.
Todd Owens slashing his way underneath Pastriak. Rafano trying to follow him.
Less than 10 to go when they come back to the line.
The
Michael
mark-
Christopher leads Ryan Preece over Joey Cipriano.
0.7 of a second separate Christopher from Preece. And now Owen getting a visit from Pastriak. And Anthony Nacella getting closer to Ronnie Williams as he wants to move into the top 5. But Williams, he has had a strong car
Yes, he has.
throughout the
He's
entire
been
race.
consistent and strong. Looking at timing and scoring, setting among the top 5. 72 just clicked off of the 81. And Michael Christopher showing that it's no fluke that he's having a great year here at Stafford. In true Christopher style, Ryan Preece.
Well, time is running out for Preece. 8 laps to go, down by 0.9 of a second.
And Joey Cipriano, you got to give a shout out to him, setting in that 3rd spot. He dropped back to 5th or 6th at one point and then fought his way back up.
Nacella trying to boogie underneath Williams, and Williams will not allow that to happen. Here comes Nacella again, has some daylight underneath the 50.
Doesn't happen. And while that is happening, here comes Eric Goodale trying to get down underneath Cam McDermott.
That is for 7th place.
And he cannot get that job done, but he's still right there now, making the move.
So Mike Christopher approaching
5
the line.
to go.
5 to go for Christopher, leading by more than a second over Ryan Preece.
Goodale finally worked over and got around Cam McDermott. As they make their presence known, here comes the one of Patrick Emmerling closing in on Joey Cipriano.
He's trying to sniff out a podium. Cipriano, one of the big stories of this race, taking over the Gary Casella ride. And right now, only a toenail separates those two drivers, and only
there
a
goes
toenail.
Nocella.
We waited for this move. Here he comes.
Down underneath Ronnie Williams. Side by side, Nocella moves in, takes over the 5th spot. Forcing Williams back to 6th. Goodale is up to 7th. McDermott is in 8th. Twirling twos are in the air.
Boy, a roller coaster
1 mile
ride.
left.
A roller coaster ride for Nocella might wind up in the penthouse. Mike Christopher, 1.5 seconds over Priest. He is pulling away from one of the best in the business. Mike Christopher Jr. looking for his 2nd win in an open modified. He did it at Thompson, and he is 1 lap away from doing it at Stafford.
There's no question about it. Michael Christopher and Tom Baldwin Jr. They came, they saw, and they wanted to conquer. They head down the back straightaway. He strung it way out from Ryan Priest. And down the backstretch, Joey Cipriano, Patrick Emmerling, slingshots by him. Checkered flag is out. And Michael Christopher will take down the win. Ryan Priest to finish in 2nd. Joey Cipriano will finish in the 3rd spot. Patrick Emmerling for 4th. Anthony Nocella for 5. Ronnie Williams for 6. Eric Goodale for 7. Cam McDermott for 8. Keith Rocco for 9th. And Todd Owen to finish in 10th.
Finishing in 11th was Chris Pastriak. Marcello Refrano 12th. Burt Myers 13th. Craig Lutz 14th. In 15th was TJ Blow. In 16th, Dave Etheridge. In 17th was Woody Pitcat. Matt Galco in 18th. And Stephen Kopchik in 19th.
In 20th was Michael Jervis Jr., Noah Corner to finish 21st. Mike Willis Jr. to finish 22nd. Earl Paulish for 23rd. Dana DiMatteo for 24th. Tom Abele Jr. for 25th. And Chase Dowling, after being the early leader, would finish in 26th.
So in addition to the $3,500 for first place, Mike Christopher Jr., $1,000 from GAF Roofing, and $500 from New England Racing Fuel, Sunoco brand, to boost his entire earnings to $5,000. And Ben, I think after the pit stop, when all the front runners went into pit, I think Mike Christopher had the best car by a lot after that pit stop, and he proved it by going against a guy from the Cup.
Sure did, Matt Buckler. And once again, we remind everybody to join us next Friday night for the 5 weekly racing series divisions here at the Stafford Motor Speedway as Michael Christopher heads to Napa Victory Lane. Kyle Rickey and John Gates are there to meet and greet our winner.
And I think there's nothing like open modifieds.
There's no question about that. As now our attention is about to shift to the winner's circle. We hope you've enjoyed this evening's presentation here with us. Tell your friends and bring a friend. Remember, tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock for next Friday night's exciting weekly racing series presentation here from the Stafford Motor Speedway.
Well, what a night of auto racing.
Great night.
Culminating in this. Mike Christopher Jr. coming out of his car.
Mike Christopher jumps down onto Napa Victory Lane, and what an absolute great race. Mike, I'll tell you what, the 7 New York Tommy Baldwin Jr. machine was absolutely humming tonight. What a move going into turn number 1. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. The car was great from the beginning. I thought Chase and I or someone else was going to battle, but he broke. I saw something happen into 3. But whatever, race kept going on. Priest and I got into it off of 4. You know, it might have been a racing deal. Who knows? It probably is a racing deal, but had that opening into turn one, and you know, everything stuck, and he drove up high, and the hole was there, and we inherited the lead. I mean, it's unbelievable to be at Stafford and win an open car. And on top of that, it's for Tommy Baldwin Racing and the Pink Tie organization. So thank you to them and Tommy and his whole crew and Dixon and my spotter Brian. It's just incredible.
You know, Mike, the 7 New York comes into these races, and it's always looking good, running good, and to find it in victory lane, man, is pretty special. Congratulations. How about some more sponsors on that ride?
Yeah, I'd like to thank, obviously, his whole team, Angela's House from pinktie.org, Mohawk Northeast. Got me involved with racing with Tommy from the beginning, so thank you to Mr. Al Hankey. Yeah, it's just a dream come true.
He's a hot shoe right there. Mike Christopher Jr., he'll go to victory lane in our 81 lap. Let's go to Kyle Rickey.
Yeah, let's grab Tommy Baldwin down here in victory lane. Congratulations in Stafford victory lane here tonight with Mike Christopher Jr.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I try to remember last time I won here. I think it was 95 or 96, you know, when I went to Cup, and haven't been here obviously that long, the last 3 years. But yeah, car was good tonight, and obviously Michael did a great job on the restart there. And yeah, we did right sides and swapped lefts. I think everyone else just did right sides, and I think that's what ended up winning it for us.
Go celebrate. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
That's the car owner, Tommy Baldwin Jr. down here trackside. Back in victory lane, it's been, what, 25 years, I think you just said, that he last visited Napa victory lane here at Stafford.
Some pretty stout statistics here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everybody on the team that we refer to as Team Stafford, we hope you've enjoyed this evening's presentation of tonight's event. Brought to you in part by the good folks at Call Before You Dig, GAF, and New England Racing Fuels among the sponsors. We congratulate our winners in all the divisions well represented in this evening's program, and we look forward to seeing you here next Friday evening for the 5 weekly racing series divisions. On behalf of those of you who are tuning in on Flow Racing, we hope you've enjoyed tonight's presentation. We refer to ourselves as Team Stafford. Our broadcast presentation this evening was provided by the following. Covering the action down on Pit Road, Mr. John Gates, along with Mr. Kyle Rickey. From Broadcast Central, Matt Buckler, and yours truly, Ben Dodge. We hope that you have enjoyed our presentation for this evening's program. On behalf of the entire Arute family, consisting of Mark Arute,